Good afternoon, my name is Jonathan Page. I am a business attorney and founder of InPrime Legal. Today we're going to discuss how to draft a job description that attracts rock stars into your organization. Now, you've already prepared your ideal candidate profile. You've watched the previous videos, you know the top talent that you're looking for, you know the skills, and you know the knowledge that you're looking for, and more importantly, you know the behaviors that you're looking for in that top talent. So now it's time to put together your job description. And here is the typical job description you'll see on an Indeed or in a Starbucks or wherever it is that job descriptions are posted. Company X is looking for a new, insert job title here, with the following qualifications. Strong written verbal communication skills, ability to work efficiently in a fast-paced environment, a strong bias towards action with meticulous attention to detail, a well-developed interpersonal skills, and an ability to work cooperatively in a team environment. So what is wrong with this? It sounds really nice. Well, what's wrong with it is that it only describes attributes, and generic attributes at that. I mean, attention to detail. I mean, everyone might think that they've got an attention to detail. What it doesn't do is it doesn't describe behaviors. And because it doesn't describe behaviors, the top talent, the rock star that you're looking for, is not going to see herself in this job description. So here's what we've done when we're seeking business attorneys. As a business attorney, you will help our InPrime 2.0 members maximize business opportunities and avoid expensive and catastrophic legal threats by offering creative legal strategies and approaching each member's business with a business-first mindset. You will also dedicate yourself to continually learning about various business topics by reading books such as Good to Great, Start with Why, Getting Naked, and The Ideal Team Player to help you better understand, consult, advise our members. And then it goes on to describe additional behaviors. So what's different about this? Well, what's different about it from the previous description is that this actually describes behaviors. The business attorneys that we're looking for, that top talent, should see herself in this job description, should be familiar with the book titles that we listed. Think, oh wow, Good to Great by Jim Collins, I love that book. Or Starting with Why by Simon Sinek, that's a great book. And when they see these books, and they see the type of work that they're doing, they see the behaviors, the activities that they'll be performing, it should jump out at them and say, man, this looks like an exciting opportunity. Let me apply there. That's what your job description has to do. So when drafting your job description, make sure that you focus not just on attributes, not be generic, but actually describe behaviors. Put yourself in the shoes of the top talent that you're going to be seeking, and make sure that when you put together that job description that it speaks to them, that they see themselves in this description, in this post. Two quick legal fun busters to keep in mind when you're putting together a job description. First, if you are relying on an exemption under labor law, meaning you want to be able to avoid having to pay overtime or minimum wage, then it's not going to be sufficient to simply provide a salary. That's what most people think. They think, well, we've met the salary test, we pay at least this much in a salary, so therefore they're exempt and they can work 60 hours a week. We don't have to pay them overtime. That is false. There are two tests that you have to meet. One is the salary test. The other test is the duty test. And you have to meet both of them in order to qualify for the exemption. So paying a salary alone is not sufficient. And the job description is important because it will demonstrate the job duties, which if there's ever a lawsuit later or there's ever a claim, the Department of Labor will look at and will become evidence of whether or not the job duties are sufficient to meet the job duties test. Not all the exemptions require a job duties test, but the ones that most people rely on, like the administrative exemption and the professional exemption, do. And the executive exemption as well. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you have competent employee counsel look over your job description, especially if you're relying on any sort of exemption under labor law. The second legal fun buster is discrimination. Now, your employee handbook will likely have an equal employment opportunity clause. It'll say that we don't tolerate any discrimination in any form, etc., etc. But discrimination is not always direct. People can bring a claim for discrimination based on indirect situation or circumstances in the workplace. And they might bring a discrimination claim simply by some language that you have in your job descriptions. For example, if you state in your job description that you're looking for a younger manager, well, a manager who's applying, who's older, who's over 40, for example, may take that as discrimination and say, well, was it a prerequisite? Was it really required that the manager be younger in order to perform the essential job duties? Well, if it wasn't, and they didn't need to be younger, then that might set you up for a claim under the Age Discrimination Act. So those are things that you need to look at when you're drafting your job description, and make sure that you're not using language that might imply or give somebody the ability to bring a claim based on various discrimination laws. Again, have a competent attorney look over your job description, especially an employment counsel, and look for those sort of things in it. Sample job descriptions and other resources are available on our website at www.inprimelegal.com. You should also be able to look under this video in the description field and find a link to those resources. This is Jonathan Page at InPrime Legal. Until next time.